Hey, it's day 31, 365 days printing on vintage hardware, which was a little impromptu challenge I started for myself this year that I wanted to introduce today formally. The idea was to spend more time with these printers to get a more realistic perspective of what it's like to use them on a daily basis, as well as contribute back to my main project, this old 3D printer. You may have seen our booth at 3D Printopia, formerly known as East Coast Rep Festival last year. You may know me as Rain Motorsports. My name is Jeff. And the main idea behind the project was to put modern Marlin and Clipper on the majority of these machines, as well as provide some assistance to running them stock, restoring them, or resto modding them. But I didn't want to just put all this stuff on a personal blog. I wanted to open it up to other contributors because I can't possibly own every single machine. An example of somebody who's already contributed back to the project without really necessarily intending to is Sophie, who was trying to recreate early cupcakes and has done boards for these, but was absolutely invaluable in helping me get my first cupcake, which is behind this one, up and running. But I have two cupcakes now. I never planned on owning one because I didn't think it was going to be possible. I have four Thingamatics, same story. But the challenge was to just post a picture of a finished print every day. And after posting an 18-second clip of a Thingamatic running Clipper, the response told me that, hey, we should probably do videos instead. As far as the name goes, I usually throw the word vintage around when talking about some of these printers, but that makes a lot of people upset. And the thing is, collectors have this definition of 20 years for something to be vintage and 100 years for something to be antique. But the dictionary doesn't always make that kind of distinction. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines vintage as an adjective that is synonymous with old, outmoded, and obsolete, which I think for a lot of these printers, we'll agree on that portion of it. If I had planned the challenge, it would have been great for advertising the project. And if I had really been forward thinking, calling it vintage is engagement bait, and that was perfect as well, but I hadn't had that as an idea. The main project's a little bit behind. Realistically, before 3D Printopia even started, I didn't meet my goal, and I have not progressed on it further. I do spend about half the year away from home doing work, and I did note in the first Reddit post that we were going to probably have to record 2 or 3 videos a day to get ahead, and I have not gotten ahead. So realistically, at some point, we will probably fail to produce a video on a day. And I also want to do long form content, so sooner or later, we may have to think about how to reframe this challenge. But I do want to say I appreciate your support, and no matter what happens, we will continue to put content out as it's made.